Hey guys, this is Bartholomew Orr. Join me on this journey as we chronicle the stories and lifestyle of some of the world's most innovative people who will share how their faith, wisdom, and direction help them change lives and make a difference in these uncertain times. And today, as we think about even directions and we think about the forward movement, I'm grateful to have with me Jacquelyn Rogers. You're going to be my new best friend. You're going to be my favorite member, Jacquelyn. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I am doing great. So you are the founder, I guess the owner, the entrepreneur behind GreenTop Gifts.
Yes.
Gift wrapping. Is there a tagline to the company?
We don't really have a tag. We bring diversity to every celebration. I guess that would kind of be our tagline.
I like that. We bring diversity to every celebration. All right, so direction. We're talking about direction. And someone have said that really you have to always think ahead as to where you're going. What is it that you want to accomplish? So when you think about GreenTop Gifts, what's next?
For next, we've had really great success, but we want to expand and scale and continue to grow our business. So when you're thinking about gift wrap, it's something kind of day of, right? You want to go in the store and pick it up and purchase it. And so we want to expand into some retail stores. So we're working really hard on that right now to hopefully get in some of your favorite retailers in the coming months. And then in addition to that, we want to expand into content creation to bring these ideas and these characters to life.
I like that. So even talking like characters and so forth?
Yeah, so cartoons, origin stories behind the characters, so you can really learn more about their backgrounds and what makes them and how we created them. And so just bringing it to life because there's so many children that don't see themselves in cartoons and the books and the television shows they watch.
So coloring books.
All of that. We want to
books.
bring it all to you.
Hey, okay, so
you can buy all for your grandbabies.
That's right. Well, you know, but you think about it, that is what so many others have done as it relates to their ideas. It starts here, but before you know it, from a mouse, and now we have an entire world empire of Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, how was it starting off though in the business?
So first in the business, when we launched, we had a few followers on social, we had our website, we had our friends and family that we sent it out to. And then we started to get press and coverage and it started to get picked up. And so people like Gayle King with Oprah Magazine, which is...
Wait a minute, the Gayle King?
Yes, the Gayle King.
Oprah Magazine?
Yes.
You've been featured in that?
3 times.
What?
Yes, 3 times.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk off camera now. So, so they need to put a preacher in the Oprah Magazine.
I'll tell my people to call your people. But yeah, Clarence has even been to Oprah's house in Hawaii. So
wow. Okay,
yes.
Now you have to tell me about what's been one of your favorite stories and just all of that.
I would say that one because direction, figuring out how you're going to get the product to her. So they ordered product from us. It was right before Christmas, and then they wanted additional product. And so we couldn't ship it. Just the timeline wouldn't work. And so they needed it like in a day. And so what we had to do, they wanted in Hawaii in a day. So we couldn't quite get it there.
Oh my goodness.
And so what we ended up before the holidays. So what we had to do was we reached out to Gayle and found out that her son was in LA. We had a warehouse in LA at the time. And so we had an Uber driver drive the product from our warehouse to her son's house, and then he flew to Hawaii from LA, and it got there in time. And Clarence spent Christmas at Oprah's house. I haven't been, but he's been.
So isn't that something that when there is a problem, innovation, faith, wisdom, direction says, we got to make it happen. Yes,
I was going to make it happen. I was looking at flights, trying to get to how can I fly the product there? What is there a mail carrier? Is there a helicopter I can get from LA to Hawaii? I was trying to figure by any way possible. Clark Atlanta, we always say find a way or make one. I was trying to find a way or make one, and we were able to do it.
I like that. Find a way or make one.
Yes.
And they used to say that
that's a part of our motto at Clark Atlanta University. Yes.
Wow. So you're back home here?
Yes, I'm back home. We're here in Atlanta. We have such a great network of people that are supporting our brand, and we're using the city to grow and get the word out even more.
Now, when you think about direction, forward thinking, Do you ever think about even expanding locations and so forth?
Yes, we are trying to work with right now with retail stores. So if you have retailers in your area, small independent stores, people shop for specialty goods and items that we think Clearance Clause and the Celebration Crew would be a good fit for. So we're always looking for new retail locations that will be interested in carrying our products. So we offer wholesale.
I like that. So Clearance Clause, but Celebration Crew.
Our Celebration Crew.
So who's Celebration
That's the birthday
Crew?
kids. So these pictures are all of them here. And then we have some baby products that are coming out. So these are on their way. And so they're just a whole, bringing all these characters to life and bringing the story behind them is what we're planning to do.
My goodness, this is wonderful. Look, and I want you to be a part of all of this as well. Matter of fact, we need to give something away. I mean, people have been so tuning in to these podcasts. Today, I want you to go out there and text to the number 901-616-1258. My folks are going to kill me. But you know what? The first 5 individuals that text to that number, 901-616-1258, we are going to outfit your family with some great Christmas wrapping and Celebration Crew, because it is all about giving back. And you know what? Talking about moving forward, I think generosity plays such a big part in directions and forward thinking.
It definitely does. We try to be generous, especially during the holidays and even not in the holiday season, donating products and paper to organizations that are giving gifts to children that may not have gifts during the holidays. So we try to do some outreach and do some scholarship donations to HBCU students. So we're always in the gift giving spirit.
And that's the way Brown is as well. I think what has been such a blessing to Brown is just we've always thought, as we look ahead, how can we make a difference? How can we make a difference in terms of generosity with scholarships, with our students? Here's a wonderful thing. We have a program at Brown talking about thinking ahead. It's our BYI program. Okay, so Brown Youth Initiative. Every summer, we actually hire our young people, put them to work with other businesses. And it's a wonderful thing because we pay the salary. We tell the business, we just want you to mentor them. We want you to teach them the trade, help them to learn it. So here's my poster child. I have to tell this testimony. Here's my poster child. One of our young men, we started this BYI when he was a teenager, and he wanted to be an architect. So we actually found him an architect, and he started working with this architect every summer. When he goes to college, guess what he majors in?
Architecture.
He majors in architect. He comes back in the summer, he's still working at that company, and now he's graduated. That company asked him to be a part of their team.
That's wonderful.
It gets even better. It gets
better than that?
It gets even better than that. One of the forward thinking for Brown is a second phase of senior housing. So several years ago, we did a vision. Oh my goodness, it might have been vision 96 or 98 or something. So this was a long time ago, but we envisioned senior housing. It didn't happen until 12, 14 years later when we purchased our South Campus. Well, now we're getting ready to build the second phase of our South Campus. And the architect company that we're using, I just found out, is the company that young man is working for.
I love that.
That's
sowing a seed and being in the community.
I'm like, wait a minute now. You all are the company.
That's giving back.
that is giving back. It's making a whole circle. Mm-hmm. And the young man's mother, his grandmother, is actually one of our residents. So
that's beautiful. What a wonderful story. That's so important. We try to do, even in entrepreneurship, we try to work with other small businesses. We try to help other entrepreneurs. If someone calls me and they have questions, I'm always open to share because we have been fortunate enough to receive grants and funding and press and features and mentions that have helped our business grow. And so if I don't share what we've learned and help other businesses, then
giving back. Now you mentioned Oprah and Gail. Any other big names
yes.
that has been?
Dominique Foxworthy wore our shirt on ESPN.
Oh, wow.
And so we were watching. I love ESPN. I was a big sports fan. So we're watching the show and on Get Out. He's wearing our Clarence Claus sweatshirt on Christmas.
I'm going to have to look at this Clarence Claus sweatshirt.
Christmas morning, Gayle King had on our sweatshirt on NBC News. So we've had some really great features in press. We've been in Good Housekeeping. We've been in people.com. So we're really fortunate, and Essence has been a big supporter of us.
That is great.
So we're really thankful for those opportunities to really continue to share and grow our audience. It seems like a lot, but there's a lot of people who still don't know about our brand. So I'm thankful that for Brown that you guys are here today. I'm adding you to the list of great press.
Right. Well, I mean, talk about entrepreneurship. So here's something else that we just started out at Brown, and you're going to be one of our speakers next year for this.
Okay.
But we started out an elite society. It is a youth entrepreneur. So we partnered with a local bank. We took our young people through a 12-week, I think it was an 8-week, 12-week program where they literally launched their idea, branded it, marketed it, had to come up with the spiel and everything. And then the bank was going to give them $1,500 to actually launch their business.
That's wonderful.
And so talk about young entrepreneurs thinking ahead, thinking forward. And so that's what it's all about.
It is, totally. Sign me up. I'll be there.
Directions. So more locations, more product, more ideas to really just grow where you are even today.
Yes.
Any other ideas about just directions, some of the biggest challenges that you've had?
I'd say probably the biggest challenges for us is really just how do we continue to scale and grow and get funding. Black-owned founders sometimes don't receive the same funding, and so especially women. And so we've been fortunate to work with some venture funds and some accelerator programs like Google Founders Academy. And so they've been really great with us and have really supported our business and 1863 Ventures. And I think it's really important when Black founders get funding, they can grow and innovate and they can have these opportunities just like the entrepreneurs you're working with. And so when you get access to capital, I think it definitely helps to speed up the opportunities and get those ideas out of our heads and into the marketplace.
All right, now we've been dropping a lot of names.
Yes.
And I understand Beyonce.
Yes. Beyonce and the Be Good Foundation, along with the NAACP, gave us a $15,000 grant this past year.
Wow.
And I was so excited. I was home. My son was sitting on the floor playing. And I said, Mommy's on Beyonce.com. And he was like, can you buy this game on my iPad? He didn't care. He didn't care at all. So kids will humble you.
Hey. Well, look, and this is a funny one. But my funny Beyonce story, when I went viral with that flying preacher thing, somebody, because Beyonce have come out to Silicon a couple of times, so somebody said, iPhone, Beyonce, Android, and they had a meme of me flying.
You've been putting the likes in Beyonce.
Hey, look, I was on the same page.
You were there.
That's right, even if it was a meme next to Beyonce. Wow, forward directions. What are some of the things as you look at the landscape going forward? Do you see Black entrepreneur 10, 15 years from now?
I think there will be so many more. I think this year, being a part of, as I talked about Google Founders Academy, the funding we've received from them, it's allowing more people to see entrepreneurship as something that is attainable. And hopefully people will try their hand at entrepreneurship. And I always tell people that are entrepreneurs, if it doesn't work, you can always go back to your corporate gig. You can apply for another job. So as long as it makes sense, right?
That's
in
right.
both senses of the word.
Wow. You know, we've been talking about just this whole thing about directions. Thinking forward, moving ahead. Where do you want to be 10, 15, 20 years from now? I know that sounds far-fetched and too far out, but you never know the thoughts that you have today, the actions that you do today, the impact that they're going to have even down the road. I'm reminded of Deuteronomy chapter 8. The Lord says, I am the one who gives you power to get wealth, that I may confirm my covenant with you. God has some great things in store for you. Is it going to be challenging? Yes. Are there going to be times where you feel like throwing in the towel? Yes. Are there going to be times when it gets so muddy until you're not going to know what is next out there? Yes. But I need you to know when it comes to direction, God says, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. And so where there is no vision, the people are destroyed. Let's think ahead. Let's plan ahead. Well, thank you for joining me on this conversation today. Let me know what you think and connect with us on the website and on our social media. Be sure, if you're not already, subscribe to my e-newsletter so you don't miss out on more ways to live your life outside of the box. Or if you got some of this GreenTop gift paper inside of a pretty wrapped box. But stay tuned for more conversation that will inspire you to do the unthinkable.